what I saw was something I could do without giving up the security of my salary, something I could do that could be mine. And I fell in love with it.
There's an additional income there which is guaranteed, it's safe, it's forever building, and it's life-changing in that sense.
I wanted a cleaner because there's 17 months between my kids and it was hard work. So I just thought, you know, if I could do that, then that would be great. But I achieved that within about 6 weeks.
The pensions, we realised, weren't very much, but now in 6 months with Forever Living, I've tripled my pension.
My education from leaving school would have never allowed me to have no ceiling to what I was earning. So for me, to have the chance to be able to really have the life of my dreams is the real key thing.
It's delivered more than ever it promised to deliver. More than I can believe.
I had built my life to the salary that I was receiving, my mortgage, my bills, etc., and leaving the job would have meant moving away from that salary. And I lived in an area where there weren't a huge amount of opportunity in the industry I was in. And so I felt I had no choice but to continue working in an environment I wasn't happy with.
My background was in textiles, mainly in product development. Anyone would say it was a really good job, good money, travelling the world, but it was really, really long hours. And I realised that I just didn't have any time at all at home. Didn't have time with the family. I didn't have time to do all the things in life that I wanted to do.
When we got married, my desire has been to find something that will give us a stable income financially, stable lifestyle, because we were going to start building a family. And having worked for the past over 20 years for other people, I wasn't satisfied.
I cannot foresee myself working as an engineer for the rest of my life. I look at the managers that we have in the company, okay, those in the 40, 50 years old, and I tell myself that this is not what I want. This is really not what I want. I wanted something else. I didn't like the idea of having someone to tell me how I work, when I work, how much I get paid, okay, and what is my promotional chances, okay. I just want to be able to control the future for myself. That was when I started to look around for other opportunities.
I was the little boy that never wanted to go to school. I just wanted to be with my dad on the farm, you know, and it was just a super way of life, the fresh air, the freedom, and the animals, the tractors.
I had a couple of years at home, 2 or 3 years at home, just really enjoying that busy time. But the time came when the money ran out and I needed to think about, you know, a way of helping my husband out with household income.
Saya sebagai seorang kaki tangan kerajaan yang telah berkhidmat lebih daripada 20 tahun, sangat terhad pendapatan.
Farming started to go downhill badly due to market forces beyond our control. The future was bleak, actually. It was very worrying. Of course we were worried, like a lot of elderly people might be coming to their retirement time. We didn't know what to expect. We hadn't got a clue as to what might be. And all I could say was, all the time, well, we've got to make the best of what we've got.
I started in nursing in 1989. I love being a nurse. Basically, I love to work with people, especially seeing the sick getting better. Things went not right, and I was unhappy, especially after I married, especially when Thomas and my children longing to have a weekend together, but I always need to work, and that really made me feel very hard.
I worked in the city as a futures and options broker for 7 years. I was made redundant a couple of times, which was shocking. So when you turn up for work one day, wanting to give of your best and having given of your best, and suddenly they turn around and say, well, actually, we don't want you to give of your best. In fact, we don't want you at all. It's just such a horrible experience. And the second time round, I set up my own company. 2.5 years of sleepless nights, stress, worrying. Unfortunately, that business went bust and I lost everything.
Everything in today's world is changing so fast. And while much in life is great, much of what seemed certain is now uncertain. Fun, in many cases, has turned into fear, and the future is being faced with caution instead of anticipation. Which is why, if you're looking for an opportunity to make a difference in your life, it's crucial not only to choose the right one for now, but one which will safeguard and secure your own and your family's future.
I believe people make a company. and an organisation, and I was really enjoying where I was. But what happened is the company got bought out by another company, and a senior management team came in place, and it totally changed everything.
I've always had a nagging worry and concern about long-term financial security. My pension provision is not fantastic. It's not something I can afford to retire on when I want to retire. It certainly won't keep the family in the lifestyle that we've become accustomed to. And that's always been something I've worried about, but not really known what to do about it. So when I saw Forever, the one thing I saw was this opportunity to develop a longer-term financial, I guess, stability, security.
I had this idea that setting up my own business would give me control over my own time, and it didn't really. I ended up just working. If you take some time off, if you take a week off, when you come back, you've got twice the amount of work to do. So you're not in control. All the customers start to control you and the overheads, and you get stuck on that treadmill of carrying on and on and on.
I used to work 70 to 90 hours a week. It seemed to be, to advance in business, you just had to put more time and effort in. And what I realised this could give me was a balance for me. It would give me time with the family. It would give me time with my wife. We were ships in the night. It's as simple as that.
My perpetual state 16 years ago was anxiety. Anxiety on the financial front, security front.
I mean, life was a constant worry. You know, when you're bringing up children and you're paying bills and you're paying rent and you're running a car and you're doing all the things that most families do, it's a constant battle. A bill drops on the doorstep and you think, oh my goodness, how am I going to pay that? And then before you know it, another one's dropped on the doormat. And so there was always an element in the back of my mind that life was all about juggling. When I first started out in Forever, all I saw, if I'm being totally honest, was about £2,000 a month.
It was as if somebody had thrown us a lifeline to rescue our lives. And that's what it felt like. I'm not saying that I wasn't sceptical. I was definitely sceptical, and I did check it out thoroughly. But everything I checked stacked up against what they told me.
I'm not a risk taker. I like to sleep at night. And the thought of giving up a full-time job and jumping into something new would be too scary for me. And so I ran this business for 6 months. I was doing 70 hours a week, 2 teenagers, husband, 2 sets of parents who were rapidly going downhill. And I just fitted it in. I've no idea how I did it. But I was told I could, and I did. And within 6 months, I'd given up that day job. If you're not in a job right now, you can jump straight in and build an income right away. And for me, today, this business is more important than it ever was, because this is an income that no one can take away from you.
While many companies who we all thought of as long-term success stories are now struggling, Forever continues to grow, as it always has done through the booms and the busts of the last 30+ years, showing remarkable growth in spite of the global economic downturn. Of great importance in the current climate, we're cash-rich and totally debt-free, privately owned and secure with over $1 billion worth of assets around the world, where we operate in over 135 countries, meaning we're not beholden to any shareholders or lending institutions or the fluctuations of unpredictable markets. Forever provides certainty in an increasingly uncertain world. Why such constant and continued growth even today? Well, one of the major reasons is the way we view our health. Increasing awareness of the importance of what we eat and what we put in and on ourselves and our families is fueling the booming sales in the health and nutrition market for natural products. In a recession, people may not want to buy a new car or TV, but they still want to look and feel good. Forever produces a range of top-quality natural products for precisely this expanding marketplace. We're also at the cutting edge in the way we market those products. Forever, like more and more manufacturers, now supply their customers direct, cutting out the middlemen. Team marketing, buying direct from the manufacturer and being paid for recommending their products or services, is a powerful approach that many traditional companies like Dell and Gillette are using to apply to their own operations. Combining the continuing explosion in the health and nutrition market with the huge growth in team marketing, as Forever does, you're able to develop and control strong, stable incomes from home.
I was almost speechless. You know, here was an envelope arriving in the post, and I opened it, and there was a cheque made out to Jane Leach for £2,300, and it was like, oh my goodness, it works. It's real.
It was a huge feeling of relief. And suddenly, it's amazing. You wake up and the air smells better, your food tastes better. It just was that feeling, if we can do that, then we can do anything.
£296.07. The support is amazing. Because if not for the support, I'm sure I would have failed in this business. I wouldn't have been where I am today.
I'm really very fortunate because of Forever. I'm only 35 these years, but I'm able to get a monthly income from Forever, which is a few multiples of my engineering salary.
It's been amazing that I've been able to build a successful business, but still be a full-time mum.
I was actually earning double of my income after 6 months with Forever itself compared to my nursing pay. And that really made me feel good. And I realized that I need not to work so long, but I have more time. I actually adjust our own timing, working together with all my friends to see my customers. And I really enjoy working with all my partners, especially seeing all my customers getting a better health as well.
Dan kini saya memilih Forever Living sebagai satu pendapatan yang tiada hadnya.
As your business grows, you move naturally into a position where you qualify for other things the company offers. There are regular incentives throughout the year, international trips, and the car plan. Topping it all, once a year, a percentage of the company's turnover is given back to distributors as a bonus, for which anyone can qualify.
The success of the company is based on the aloe vera plant. We are recognised as the world's leaders in aloe vera-based products. Why is ours different to all the bottles in the health food shops? Well, first, our aloe is naturally grown, and it has been for the last 30 plus years, long before eating organic ever became so important. Second, it's the primary ingredient in all our aloe-based products. We start with aloe vera and add small amounts of other ingredients needed to make up the skin creams, gels and personal care products, not the other way around. And as we're the world's largest growers of aloe vera, we can afford to do this. Third, we use only the inner leaf gel, the bit that contains all the goodness. And finally, and importantly, we have a unique patented process for naturally stabilising that gel. We can always guarantee the highest quality because we own the whole process, ensuring freshness from plant to product to you.
I sat up and listened when I heard a lady talking about aloe vera and mentioning that it could help with hay fever. And my initial reaction was, well, hang on a minute, I'm a doctor, I'm sure I'd have heard if there was something that could help me with that problem. Didn't particularly think it would work, but I kept an open mind, and I was absolutely delighted when, after about 4 weeks of drinking the aloe, I found that I didn't need to take my antihistamine quite as regularly. I could stop the nasal sprays, the eye drops, all those other things that I've been really just about managing on. I found the aloe worked wonders.
Getting started in this business has been made easy by the company, who've put together all the most popular products and all the literature you'll need in one package, the new distributor pack. As we said, this business is about recommendation, not selling. And as this box is heavily discounted, it's the best and most cost-effective way to try the products, to find out for yourself what the benefits are, so you can start talking to people about them straight away.
I couldn't wait to give up my job. I've been dreaming of the day I'll give up my job.
You know you can relax and still have an income coming in and the security of it. And I think at 36 to have that security is kind of quite warming.
Forever has changed my life. If you have a dream, you can make it.
Dream big and think big, because there are no limits in Forever.
With everything you've learned so far, I'm sure you can now see that people who work with Forever have a very secure future.
Just run with it as fast as you possibly can. Don't think about it. Don't say what if. Don't do any of that. Just run with it, because you have the full support and the backing of a phenomenal company. Just run with it.
If this is your first look at Forever and you see what we see, please talk to the person who gave you this DVD. They'll tell you how to get up and running quickly, so you can begin to create stability, certainty, and a secure future in your life.